Hey everyone, you are listening to Beyond the Ring podcast. I am Thejas and this is the AEW Dynamite review. And guys, before we get into this review, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling reviews like this. And do let me know your thoughts on this week's Dynamite in the comment section below. So let's get into this then, guys. So we began this week's Dynamite with Adam Cole versus Jungle Boy, and I thought about this was a really good match. After it finished, it in the whole I would say the character work of Adam Cole was the one that standed out for me, and the Jungle Boy's comeback and his more of a not like a fast flippy things that he does was not there, and I was very glad and a very kind of a performance that they did where they all this soaked in and then they just flow it off. And I liked the match. It was a bit of a slow part at times, but I think so that's a part of storytelling that they were doing. So I liked the flow of the match nonetheless, and really good match to open with. And one of the Adam Cole's match that I like. But that I liked as well as better than the Frankie Kazarian match that he had before. So this was better one, I would say. So that was Adam Cole defeated Jungle Boy via low blow, and yeah, ref wasn't noticing it. So I was thinking like how they are going to have is they going to kind of, yeah. I was so they did this. So yeah, interesting. And we get to next match. We had after that we had a segment of Kenny Omega and all the elite segment, which is pretty long, I would say, but they did set up a match that's 8-man tag team match. The Brand Ellison, Jurassic Express was elite, and Super Click. So that's great. That's great. That would be a really good fun match to see. And yeah, so we get next match: Dante Martin and Matt Sydal versus Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson. The match was okayish, I would say. Yeah. Martin and Seidel and Lee Johnson, whenever were in the ring, they were fun to watch, and yeah, they were fun to watch, and they actually put on athletic moves and the agile maneuvers. Very fantastic and very fun to watch actually, and that suits them very very well, I think so. And yeah, so Cody needs to turn heel, and that's the one. That's the thing that fans are waiting for. And post match, we saw Arn Anderson kind of giving him a lesson of how he's not noticing his development, his ring work. So kind of he is leaving Cody. He don't want to be on the losing end. So he is now kind of going to manage Lee Johnson, I guess. So this part of story I liked it actually, and that kind of, I think so, maybe have a thinking for Cody, and maybe eventually then turning heel. That's the thing that I think so. And yeah, so this was the match. The post match thing was interesting. I liked it. And we get to the next match: Darby Allin, John Moxley, and Eddie Kingston versus Anthony Geet and Pierre Country. This was more of a glorified squash match, you can say, because yeah, obviously Moxley and Eddie Kingston were not going to lose for this guy, so they got the victory. Yeah, a nice match. That's it. And we get to the next match with Orange Cassidy. This was a 16-man tag team match, so this was a tribute show for Brody Lee, obviously. So they had the 16-man tag team match. So they actually kept their problems aside, and they kind of Brody Lee's wife also came up, and they kind of joined each other and have a good moment. Yeah, it was a very into an emotional thing. So it was good to do that, and yeah, it was good. And yes, fun watch, I would say. Yeah, fun watch to this special tribute for Brody Lee. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. And we get to the next match where Tay Conti and NJ take on Bunny and Penelope Ford. This is going too much, man. I mean, they are not finishing this off. First they did a singles match with Tay Conti and NJ, and then they had before they had a tag team as well. So they do this again. So women's parts, some of the AEW women's are very good to watch, and they it's kind of worth caring about. But Take Auntie Energy, I mean, probably they are good and all, but they need to work the way with star power, so not that very well. So probably for that, I would say the women's division is still developing. So I think so. This was just an okay match, I would say. Yeah, and we get to after the match, Brody Lee Jr., Brody Lee's son, come up with and they actually kind of celebrates, kind of good moment, and we get to the main event, Miro versus Sammy Guevara for the TNT Championship. This was really good. I mean, this was a very good match, I would say, and I liked the storytelling in this match. Sammy Guevara's uh, leg being taken out by Miro in the early portion of this match, and kind of the selling could have been better for Guerra. I think so, but yeah. So he was one point he's selling and then he's running after that. So there was too much cut off by Miro by his speed advantage and his power advantage obviously, and his confidence, and yeah. Miro looks best, and his character is amazing, man. I mean, yeah. And Sammy Guevara with his this character, underdog kind of character, is was very well, and yeah. So kind of overconfidence kind of thing the Miro had, and we had the game changer was Fugo del Sol. He came up and he kind of distracts the turnbuckles was being taken off by Miro. So Fugo del Sol kind of distracts from that. So that creates an opening for Guevara. Then Guevara hits a jumping knee, and then he hits a DDT, his finisher GTH, which got a huge pop, and then he finally hits the 630 and wins. And he is the new Sammy Guevara is the new TNT champion. In hinds, I mean, in when we look at this, this was a very good moment that they created, kind of a shocking moment. No one kind of thought that Sammy Guevara would win. Like we have been seeing Miro kind of surprising all the babyface comebacks and then just cut them off into half. So thought about fans would like me as well. I thought this would be, but Sammy Guevara shocked us. So it was probably one of the great moments of Sammy Guevara's career and his first title victory in AEW. So that's all. That's all. I don't know how would be now the Miro character go. I mean, is he going for another rivalry, or I for one I would say that Miro should stick on to this. I mean, he probably would be getting the rematch, but they could have done this now. Then yeah, maybe kind of a heelish kind of Miro victory, and then could add a lot of depth into this, continued into this, lot more heat on Miro, and have attack him behind or something, and cutting promos and all, demanding the match. That could have made the second match more special, and maybe then Sammy Guevara, yeah, having getting the victory and becoming the champion. So that would have been good, but this is something like different that they did, and Miro's reign that was being continued cut it off. That kind of yeah, that kind of hurt me. He's a very good champion that he has been. Yeah, just he wants to have he was just climbing up the ranks with good opponents like Eddie Kingston. Then we had this Miro, then we have Sammy Guevara, and yeah, so it could have built up more. That's what I felt. But again, let's see how the Miro story. Hope he actually have the maintain that same kind of momentum. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm really happy for Sammy Guevara. So yeah. So this was the show, a very good ending for the show, and a fun show, a fun, enjoyable show. The middle part of the show kind of was like the women's thing. Didn't I mean it was kind of average okay stuff, and yeah. So but the promo things were good. I mean the Dan Lambert thing, the MJF promo, and yeah, well, that was nice, and probably mocking Bruce Pritchard, and that was good. So yeah, MJF is best in the mic. So yeah, that all thing kind of hooked me kind of into the show. A fun, enjoyable show this week, Dynamite. Yeah. That's it, guys. I hope to see you in the next one, and tell me your thoughts on this week's Dynamite in the comment section below. And thanks for sticking to this review, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, be safe, stay energetic, and peace.